Well, hello there, folks. Welcome to another installment of Talk Freely. Yeah. So I'm glad you folks spend a little time with me today. I'm glad you're here today. I got a new weed, of course. But before I get started, I want you to subscribe. I can't talk today for some reason. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I'm trying to get 10,000 subscribers up, 10,000 thumbs up for our show. I appreciate all of you people that have came over to the show. Please subscribe. A lot of you looking, but you ain't subscribed. So I need you to subscribe. Give me some thumbs up. Don't forget to check out my other endeavors with Soul Time with Country and Mr. Reese and The Way to Do It with Reese. Both are on podcasts and catch our old episodes on YouTube with those same names. On there, don't forget to donate to our Patreon, $4.99. And what else? I can't think of nothing else. So, you can listen to our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, iHeart, Pocket Cast, Overcast, Radio Public. So check us out on those stations. I'm sure you will enjoy it. And we're still looking for sponsors. Anybody that's interested in us featuring their product on our show, give us a call. Give us a contact at my email at Tokefreely.EP.30 Check that out. If you got a product that's a hemp product or related to hemp or marijuana, give me a product. Give me an email and we'll check out and see if we can work with you. So, today, the name of our marijuana is called. Hold on, let me get this all together. It's called. I got it on here. I should have played on something else. Yeah, I think I'm gonna slide on here real fast. Excuse me, folks. The name of our weed today is called Strawberry OG. Can you see that? Strawberry OG. I know this is the second or third. I'm not sure. But this is another strawberry product. I see. It seems like they go down the line or down the fruit line with the stuff. So give me a second. Let me show you what it looks like. So I really ain't got much that I've been smoking. Because actually, when the dude told me it was strawberry OG, I actually thought it was the same stuff I had before, but it wasn't. So I wasn't even gonna put it on the show. You know. So let me give you a look of it. See. You know what? Let me get you some light too, because we're gonna need some light for this. All right. So here we go. There's the weed. Okay, put the light on it. See, it's nice green texture. And with some really, it's just really green, light and dark green. So I don't know how they call this strawberry, but what the smell is, it's a very rugged smell to me. No strawberry smell, kind of rugged, a little bit of hint of sweetness to it, but mostly an earthy smell, very earthy smell. High in THC. I can tell you that from smoking. It's high in THC. It's got good texture. Texture's good. It breaks down fairly well. Just a hint gummy, but it's sort of the texture I like. You can use a grinder or you can do it with your fingers. Breaks down pretty easily. But it is some gumminess to it. Not my favorite. My favorite, but it does break down like I like it. So I can give you the preliminaries. Let's smoke the joint. So remember the name of this is called Strawberry OG. I see my sister doing when I start sucking the weed in, like my lips go like a fish. I got fish lips. So, folks, what do you think about this new variant? Variant of the variant. Are you ready for another shutdown? I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't see it too much good coming out of that, you know. And unless this virus is really contagious, you know, and if it's this contagious, we gotta understand and find out why it is, why it's so contagious. They claim with people, if you got a shot, now you can still give it to somebody else who did. It's not even making sense, man. This stuff is crazy. That's why we need y'all. I need y'all to come over here and chill with me and talk freely and just relax. Try not to worry about all this stuff. But I'm gonna go to the weed. The weed got a sweet taste. It's sweet, but it's strong. This is really, really strong weed. But it's got sort of a sweet taste. It has no aftertaste. But with big inhales, you can really feel it. You feel it go down your chest, right up in there, and sits there to make you cough. You know. So this is a very, very strong weed. Actually, I would recommend this weed for heavy smokers. If you're a heavy smoker like me, a big smoker like me, this is our kind of weed. We can handle this. But for people, lightweight smokers and stuff like that, it's not gonna work for them. I mean, they're gonna enjoy it like everybody else, but they're gonna be blown on this. So I wonder how many of the strawberry lines I'm gonna end up running into before I start getting the grape line or the peach line or whatever line that may be. But it seems like they're running all this stuff in line. Now this is an OG. I have to. I'm not sure if the strawberry. What was it called? Strawberry Irene. You know what? I just did that one, so let me check. I have a record. That's why I did this. Okay, so oh, that's not it. So I've done, and I've done. How many more have I done before that? Okay, here we go. Well, it got a 76, but I didn't write down if it was an OG or a Kush. But it was Strawberry Irene. I should have wrote down if it was an OG or a Kush. I don't remember now. But I do remember it don't taste like this. It didn't taste like this. I remember that weed being very, very well. I remember it being strong. You know, to taste. I don't know if I ever thought it tasted like strawberry. I'm not sure. See, I have to go back to the videos and look. But I do remember liking it, and it did get a 76. So that meant I liked it somewhere. It got more than 75. So it was a very, you know. So, but this is it is strong. It's got a sweet taste. Like I said, the texture is nice, mostly green. You don't really see anything in it. See, with the strawberry I read, I saw red, and I saw the blonde colors. I didn't see, obviously nothing but green on this one. Let me check it again just to be sure. Yeah, that's all I see. No hints of any other colors, just the green. You know. So I'm gonna say it's an OG. If they call it a strawberry OG, I'm gonna say yeah, okay, strawberry OG. But it don't taste like strawberry. It don't even smell like it. But it does have a very sweet taste. It's a very sweet taste, and it's not really mild. It's strong going down your throat. It's good weed. I know through the times that we're going through, as a people, a lot of people don't have time to, sit and watch this kind of show. But I implore you, to check out the show and relax with me because this show is about if you like to relax and kick it a little bit, without having a conversation with a ton of people, you know, just listen to me babble, I guess if you want to call it that. This is a good show for you. It's more than just, like I said, to me, marijuana is a spiritual thing. And when people, even if you smoking with me, even though you may watch the show and smoke as I smoke on the show, you still smoking with me, even though it's not a live show. You know, there's a spiritual connection there, folks. If you got to think out of the realm of just getting high. I mean, if you just want to just to keep it as that cool, But if you're a deep thinker like me, I'm a deep thinker plus I'm a deep smoker. And to me, the two kind of go hand in hand. So if you're a deep thinker, along with being a deep smoker, and you believe there is some type of spirit. I think everything on this planet has a spiritual connection. Even the food that we grow and eat, it all has. if you notice, it all has to have life to sustain itself. Once it's dead, nobody can eat it. I mean, except for insects that are designed to eat dead or eat dead things. But everything that we consume is a living. Is it once was a living thing. You know, and you have to think of the same thing with this weed. If the weed is a naturally grown thing, I mean, I know now they cultivate it and they make it stronger and all that kind of stuff. And they doing it with other ways without doing it. You know, and I have to call him back because I'm doing a show. Let me answer the phone. This is country, folks.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm doing a show and you calling me right in the middle of my show. So,
Oh, you doing a show?
yes, I am, sir. I'm doing a show.
Shit, I was calling to see what you was on, man.
Well,
See, you want
come.
to ride around with me for a little while.
Well, I don't know. Just call me back in like 20 minutes. I'll call you in like 20 minutes.
I gotta go drop something off. I'll be over there in about 25 minutes. How about that? I just come over.
All right, man. All right, you hang up. Hang up the phone. I got the radio on. Thank you. You see that, folks? Every time. I think it's an omen thing, you know. But I guess country is on his way over here. But anyway, as I was saying, you know, if you can identify what I'm saying. Uh, a lot of us like smoking weed because we can relax. Some people can even think better after they smoke a joint. If you had a very hectic day, a confusing day, and sometimes you just need to relax and unwind, you smoke a joint, it could actually make you come to a conclusion or make you see things a little more clear. And it can confuse things too. I ain't gonna say that, but if you a strong-minded person, not a weak-minded person, and you think your things out, marijuana would not affect that at all. But it will help to me and mine would help enhance, your relaxation, and your mental state and your spiritual state. You know, we are very spiritual people. Whether people want to believe that or not, it's a soul that lives inside us makes us spiritual people. We're spiritual people, and that has nothing to do with religion. You know, and nobody really knows what happens to us when we leave these bodies. But most people think that life goes on. Energy cannot die. You can't. It just reconstitutes itself and forms in other places and other things. And if we are living energy, that means our spirits will never die. So I think with the marijuana, there's actually a spiritual connection, because it can take you out of the body, you know, or with even deeper within your own mind, So, I try to, tell people, that it's more than just a recreational thing to get how. Now, why do you think, for so many years, people were very fearful about marijuana? You know why? Well, this is my opinion why. Because I think in a lot of ways, marijuana opened people's eyes to stuff that they didn't see before they smoked marijuana. It's almost like what Eve did by biting off the apple of the tree. It's not the equivalency of that, but it seems to enlighten you, or it either makes you helps you open your mind to the possibility of other things instead of maybe being so stringent on one thing or one way of thinking or one way of doing. Because that's one thing I noticed about marijuana. It is enlightening. You know what I'm saying? To me, I look at it. It's like a blessing from the gods, man. Excuse me. You know, it's like a blessing for the gods to help you see the reality that you're living in, and not the fake reality that people present to you. Yeah, that's how deep it is for me. And I know for the majority of you, yeah, like it's one particular person seems to. I wouldn't say she disagrees with what I'm doing, but I can see, through a couple of responses that she made that, she wouldn't deal with a person that she would think that's like me. Oh, she would be friendly, and respectable and nice and stuff like that. But deep in her mind, because I can see she's church oriented, she's spiritual in that way. they would still find a way. She would still find a way to look down on you, and look at what you're doing is wrong or sinful. And to me, those kind of people, they would never really see the potential of what could be seen, because they reject the idea that other people may use this, for enlightenment, you know, more than just a recreational thing. Because when have I mean, other than you being a philosopher or somebody like that, when have you ever had them deep, deep thoughts? You know, and you sitting around drinking some weed. Some people do it when they drink it. You know what I'm saying? They drinking something. But to me, it runs into like a guilt thing. But like with marijuana, you can sit around and you contemplate on something, and it seems like weed gives you insight. If you just don't think off silly things in your head, I mean, you actually use your brain in conjunction with you smoking weed. Because I think that's the way it works. I think that's why the Indians was smoking it. I think they had smoked it for enjoyment too, but I think they smoked it for enlightenment. I even heard stories. I don't know because I don't know a lot of Indian lore, but I've heard stories that they felt they talked to spirits by smoking the weed. And I can almost see where they come from with that because if you can get so high, you can get so deep into your thinking that you can almost imagine that there's somebody else talking on the other side. But what it is, just your brain is working. You're stimulating the parts of your brain that you don't usually use. See what I'm saying? That reaches out, to those subconscious realms. It reaches out to those other parts of existence that we have locked away. They say you only use a third, not even a third of your brain. So you got 70% of brain matter that we're not even using, except for the essential things, everyday things that we do to mundane. But that's why I think that a lot of people get brainwashed too. You know, because if you make a person feel good about everything, telling them something bad, it'll really bring them down. And especially say for instance, you've lived in your life. You've never seen a slum. You've never seen poor people. You've never seen poverty. You've never seen people go hungry. You've never seen any of that. And you've always lived your life around clean, respectable, wealthy, well-to-do people. And you always travel to places where you never seen this. Because believe there are people that do that now. Not to say they don't hear about it, but as far as seeing it's not in their conscious because they don't see it. So if they don't see it, their imagination is still going to be skewed about it. It would never reach matter. It would never match up to the reality of it because they never seen it. They just have a vision of it, a thought of it in their brain. So they live those kind of lives, and when they come down to reality, it hurts. Even though they still are able to live up in the clouds, I'll say up in the clouds, live well, live wealthy. But when they actually open their eyes and see what the reality of our world is, the society of our world, they usually become boring. I mean, not boring. They usually become withdrawn, even resentful in some ways. Some people turn to the fact that maybe they try to help, but the majority they go back into the space of comfort, and that's all it is about how people, to me, look at marijuana. They would rather not go off into that reality that could help you present. They'll go with for what they know, and you really can't get mad at people like that because you understand nobody really wants to face reality. It takes a strong constitution to really, really face reality, the real reality of what we're living and how we live it and what people are doing and how they're doing it and what other things that may exist that we don't know about. And it's scary, So people, they fall back into their comfort zone. And I say with marijuana, ever since I started smoking marijuana, I started seeing life differently. I started seeing the world differently. It opened my eyes. Things that would shock me don't shock me anymore because I expect it. And I'm not saying it's due to marijuana, but what I'm saying is that it helps you realize reality. Now you can look at it another way and say we can take you into a fantasy world too. Yes, it can. It can take you in a fantasy world, a false sense of security, a false sense of a lot of things. You know, your abilities and everything else. You think you can play the piano, you smoke weed, sound good to you. In reality, you can't play. I understand that too. But you would soon succumb to that reality. You see what I'm saying? No matter how much weed you smoke, eventually you would succumb to that reality. And to me, the people that look down or look at marijuana as you having a personal problem are afraid, you know, that what they really may see, you know, what's going on here. I've been running out of space lately, folks, so and I've had to delete some stuff, so I'm trying not to run out of space. I'm trying not to lag. But back to the weed. I know I got to talking that time, but it's some really good weed, man. It's called Strawberry OG. It's got a good taste. It got a really good, decent smell. The texture is pretty good. You know, go to your local dealer or dispensary, man, and ask for it by name. And believe me, you'll be able to find it. The guys I got it from, they told me they got a lot of it. So I know it will be fine. So if you come across it, I wish I could describe the taste to you because the taste is it's just the offhand is sweet. But when it goes down, it is a little bitterness enough, but not enough to irritate you enough. Like you see, I scrutinize this stuff very closely. I try to taste every little thing I can taste in it because I'm looking for something that's going to make me say, hey, you know what? This is new and different and shocking and fast. But so far on my journey, folks, I have to say, and it's been a short journey, so I can't really measure it to anything else. But and hopefully it can be a sustained journey. But on so far on my journey, you know, it's been fairly decent as far as weed. I do see it's starting to repeat itself. You know, so I'm gonna have to search out for more dispensaries and more places to go to find the weed. This is becoming. You know, I was using it as a recreation thing. I thought I could just get, you know, well, you can get weed on abundance, but I thought I could get so much different weed, you know, right in my immediate areas and not too far from me. But I come to find out that there's so many strands and there's so many people naming their own strands and doing this other kind of stuff, you know, that I'm gonna have to. This is gonna be a journey, so it's a journey that I'm looking forward to doing. You know, I think I may even have to like leave, you know, state, you know, maybe even the country, you know, if I get a chance to. So if you out there in other parts of the country and marijuana is legal, you know, you want to invite me down to kick it with us, you know, kick it with me and be on Soul Town Country Mr. Reese and we can discuss your weed, you know, and I can give it my ratings on that stuff. You know, inbox me, you know, and my email address, you know, throw some tickets in there. I pay my own expenses. Throw some tickets in there, wherever you want to go, some tickets in there, and hey, I'll come down there and do a show. Me in country or me by myself. You know, that's an open offer anywhere in the world because I do see that I've been seen in some plot, not all over the world, but I've been seen in some places around. That's the best way to put it. Some places around, and I know that our podcast is reached in 5 countries, and we're in 13 states. We've been heard in 13 states and in 5 countries. So go check out Soul Time with Country and Mr. Reach. You're gonna love it. We have some really good shows. We have some fun on there. And then when you get through laughing, come over to New Way to Do It with Reese and listen to some serious, you know, political, you know, jargon or political opinions, because that's what the show is. It's a commentary show. I comment on stuff, and I give my honest opinion on everything. You know, I even cuss a few people out here. So if you're interested in those things, so I try to cover in the whole realm. We're covering relaxation, we're covering current events and comedy a little bit, and then we're going to serious political and stuff like that. All three of those genres, you know, are open for you to see, you know, free of charge. You know, all we ask is that you help support the show, you know, and help support this show. This show, like I said, is for relaxation. It's I sort of look at it like a wellness show in a sense, because for us people who like to smoke weed and relax, this is a good thing to do. And I said I have the music playing for you, the right kind of music. It's good conversation, like if you're sitting there and you're watching me smoke, you smoking with me, you know, you and your girls, never have a conversation. You know, I even give you a little stuff to even talk about, you know, behind me. You know, like I said, some of this stuff is rare, you know. So I'm trying to feel all the things I can feel, you know, on this tiny little budget that I got, this tiny little show that I got. And I'm trying to pull in as many people as I can. And if you help support the show, listen, I can expand it. You know, I am looking into maybe even creating an app, you know, for the show. So if I do that, we're gonna need producers. We're gonna need all kind of people, you know, to come along. So I'm telling you, stay in touch. You know, stay with the show. See how we're going. We may even have some openings for people if you're an entrepreneur and you're interested in what I'm doing as far as the marijuana and stuff like that. I'm looking for partners. You know, not giving up any of my business, but I'm looking for partners to help invest in the business to get that you end up getting a healthy return on their investment. That's not important to me as far as me really just all kidding aside. As far as me getting people that can help come in and help the show and they have a product, that's why I'd rather do the sponsor. That's what I want to do. My sponsor is totally different from most people. If you have, like I said, you got a handmade product or a hemp product or any product that you make on yourself or you produce, you know, and you're not really getting any rhythm in the market, you know, come to the show. We can promote all the products, you know, and we can all build together and we all can make money. Nobody's gonna steal from anybody or anything like that. We can all make money. We can all be prosperous. If you wish to go your own separate ways after, I'm more than happy to give you a wave goodbye and a good combination. You know, and tell folks it's one of the best I ever had. You know, but we do need your support. So I'm coming to the end of the week, folks. I know I was talking a lot. I had to get a lot of that stuff out today. I've been trying to get it out in other shows, but time restrictions. And then I forget a lot of stuff. I get to smoking new stuff and I get right. I forgot I said this. I forgot to say that. So, oh, and don't forget, this whole thing is for to build up for our shop, Tokefreely. You know, so where we can have one of a kind merchandise only from this show. This is the only spot in the world that's going to offer Tokefreely merchandise. So ain't nobody gonna be stealing because it's all gonna be copywritten and trademarked and everything else. You know, so you'll be some of the first, like I said, a few weeks, probably a little bit sooner before the weather really changes. I'm gonna start looking at some storefront. I have been seeing some, so I'm gonna pick out at least three. I'm gonna take pictures of at least three that I know is available and can be used for what I want. You know, I'm gonna bring them on the show and I'm gonna ask you to help me support it and help me get these stories. You know, so that's what I'll put up the Patreon and that's what I'm moving to have a Patreon just for so freely and PayPal and all that kind of stuff so you can see us grow and you can be a part of our growth and watch something that's really nothing turn into something spectacular. And it's all going to be because of you. You're going to be the ones that's going to create this for for the black community, period. You know, because if it's successful, we can franchise it out. So that was the end of the joint. Another good joint of this strawberry line so far. This is the second or third strawberry that I've done. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was good. It was good. And the conversation was good too. So thank you, folks. Oh, and I do appreciate all the thumbs ups that I got on my Facebook. So thank you, everybody. Over 1,000 people, 1,800 people uh, saw my little ad I had on Facebook. So I'm asking you, same 1,800 people that saw my little ad on Facebook, come on over to the show, show me some love in the show. But you show me love on Facebook, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And there's more to come. So, and Instagram, sorry, I almost missed. And Instagram, I got over 1,300 recounts, whatever they call it. But 1,300 people viewed my ad that I had because I have Facebook and Instagram connected. You know. Oh, by the way, I'm glad that I thought about this. To come over directly to my channels, both channels will be Maurice Miller 973. It's Maurice Miller at 973 at Instagram and at Facebook. So that's Maurice Miller, MauriceMiller. It's one word. 973 at Instagram and Facebook because they're connected. I don't know how I end up doing it, but I'm glad I did. But I got connected. So all the stuff, if I put it on Instagram, if you are Instagram and Facebook, I get you on both of them. So if you want to go directly to that, see some of my videos on those, you can go directly there and check those out. Thank you. Okay, so that's all of that for right now. So today, August 2021, our strawberry OG, the smell, it had a nice smell, sweet to it, nothing spectacular. So I'm going to get a smell of 8. It was average smell, give it an 8. It didn't blow me away. I've smelled the smell before. I'm getting used to the smells now. I've smelled similar smells before. I can't say it's 100% the same smell. Okay, taste. Taste was great. Nice, sweet smell. No aftertaste. Does leave a hinge of dryness in the back of your throat, but nothing to worry. Nothing. Some water with something to do. So I'm gonna give the taste a 9. Flavor. Flavor. It was good. It was good. Not great. Not fantastic. Had better flavors and stuff. But as far as the weed is concerned, overall with the flavor, I'm gonna have to give it an 8. I have to be fair and honest. Okay, the texture. The texture is 89% of what I like. It's a little sticky and gummy at the end, it's a little hard to break down into smaller pieces. But once you break it down, it burns good, burns nice and slow. Good taste to the weed. So the texture, I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. All right, buzz or high. It sort of elevates. So when you first start smoking, you feel a little tinge of a buzz and stuff. But if I tell you about middle ways of joint, you got a good high going. So we're gonna get a high, a 7. Okay, point of peak. Like I just mentioned, there is a peak to this point. The point was about 3/4 way down the joint. Maybe half. I'm gonna say half. About halfway down the joint because it's very potent. It's very strong. So about halfway down the joint, you got a good high. So I'm gonna say the peak. I'm gonna give it a 7 as well. I'm gonna change my answer on the buzzer high. I'm gonna get a buzzer high 8. I'm gonna change that to an 8 because I think that was more than a 7. I said 8. Okay, accessibility. There's a lot of it. A lot of it out there. I already know. There's a lot of it out there. So it's a 10. Quality. Overall quality is great. Other than a little stickiness, I have no problem with it. Good smell, good taste, good flavor, good aroma. Very, very good texture. Other than that, so I'm gonna get a quality of 9. Potency. Potency is good. It's not a 9 or a 10, but it is good. It is good. It's strong. It hits you hard. But like I said, it's a slow elevation to the head. They don't rush it to the head, which I like the slow elevation, so it's better for me anyway. But I'm gonna give a potency only an 8. Okay, and comfortability. Yeah, there's comfortability, but I have to be smoking the weed for a day or two. I know not to take no heavy pulls. But if you take heavy pulls, you will cough up it. So I'm going to just give the comfortability a respectable 4. All right, folks, so give me a minute and let me get this. See, sometimes I can do this and then sometimes I can't. It's kind of weird. Calculator. So, let's work that. So the smell was an 8. The taste was a 9. The flavor was also an 8. The texture is also an 8. Was a high, I gave an 8. For the peak, I gave a 7. Accessibility, I gave a 10. Quality, I gave a 9. Potency, I gave a 8. And comfortability, I gave a 4. And that equals to 79, folks. And would I buy it again? If that's a yes, I definitely would buy it again. So our score today is a 79. So that's a good weed. It scores high, with some of the best of them. See, folks, ought to get 100. Basically, everything's gonna be a 10, and some of this stuff is just not gonna be a 10. Unless coffeeability, we cough so hard, we just have to give it a 10. You know, that's why I was thinking about adding one more category. But if I add one more category, it may go over 100. So that doesn't make sense. We scored it from everything with 10 points. So I decided to leave it like this. Becomes a 10, becomes a 10. But our excellent is at 90 anyway. So today we only get a 79. Let you see the score for our strawberry OG. You know, that was fun. Sorry about the babbling, folks. No, I'm not. Oh, I forgot to show you. So my country went to California, him and his fiance, and he brought me back a souvenir. So check this out, folks. Isn't that nice? A leaf. It's made like a bottle top or something. You know, it's kind of weird, but because you can't hold it that way. But it's like this. So wait a minute, am I doing it right? Okay, there we go. So isn't that nice? So if you're ever in California, you want something related to weed, check that out. We'll get you one of these. So on that note, folks, until we meet again, take care, talk freely, and bye bye.